All right, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on T's Instagram. Welcome to Smoking Barrel. We are happy to be here today. What a beautiful day outside. Looks more like spring than this past weekend was raining and 42 degrees at the Masters. How awful was that?
Oh, monsoon.
Oh, I wouldn't imagine playing in that stuff, man. That was
Sunday
terrible.
was nice. Came out.
Sunday was wonderful.
Yeah.
Monday and Tuesday, it's been a great week.
It was wonderful. I got coconut cake for Easter.
How about the Mook, man? He came through.
That
Did
is
you
my
ask
baby.
him for it or he just did it?
I asked him for it.
He makes a heck of a coconut cake.
So last week, since you wasn't here and all,
Had to take care of the poodle.
He's doing all right.
Good. I was going to ask about it.
how is the puppy?
Doing all right. So he was fine. He was in there for I was just going to say, he was in there for a teeth cleaning and a checkout deal, and then they called and said, well, it turned out to be a little more involved. So needed some teeth removed and this, that, and other, and yeah, $1,000 later.
Oh,
There's-
Lord Jesus.
Yes. Yeah,
You
that-
say
that-
$1,000 for
They
a
don't
dog?
have. They don't have.
$1,000 for the dog to get his teeth pulled?
No, not for the dog. The dog cost 50. To get it fixed was 1,000.
But anyway,
That's
Hell, I'm in the wrong business, y'all.
the wife got a little. She was under the weather, and I had to go get him. What happened was, it wasn't kind of planned. She was supposed to go.
Oh, I
pick
knew
him
it
up,
wasn't planned.
Yes.
I was just
and,
hoping that
and she said,
nothing happened.
I can't get up there to pick him up. She said, I feel awful.
Right.
So I went and picked him up, and I was kind of. So
It's all good.
So let me ask you this.
Yes.
$1,000 for the dog to get his mouth worked on. Did they give him dentures?
I laughed. I told him.
Apparently, he's gonna need them.
I told him. I said, I hadn't spent that much on my mouth
Whew.
in the last couple of years.
You know,
That was a little hard, but what are you gonna do? They're like kids.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do it. They're your dogs, and you're gonna do it. But you're like, really, you'd like to know. I mean, you're gonna take teeth out of my dog. Is the dog complaining? Has
that
the
part-
dog stopped eating?
Yeah, he
All right.
actually yeah,
Got to a bad point.
it was, and
Okay.
so they said, well, hey, we could do this and this, but they could fall out, they could cause issue. It's like
She could swallow it,
anyway,
get in her lung, tear her lung.
it's over.
Stuff
it's over.
happens.
It's done. It's done.
Amen.
It's done.
Well, we missed you last week. That was the bottom line.
Yeah. So I don't really care about that, because what I do care about is the surprise that I got this weekend.
Okay. What was that?
So we went up to visit the family, our kids and grandkids in Virginia, right? And so we found out that we have another grandchild.
Congratulations.
My man. There
They
you go.
got a regular meal up there, man.
Hey.
Guys,
So-
be fruitful and multiply.
So we have another one coming.
No.
So it's going to be a busy fall. We have a granddaughter we know of coming in September.
Wow.
Here in Charlotte, and we don't know this one yet, but that one is due in October.
Oh, wow. That's
So,
awesome.
So we'll
Good for you,
have
man.
5 grandkids.
That's awesome.
So I don't care about the vet bill.
Yeah.
Don't care.
That ain't not important in life. 100 years from now, nobody will know the difference. So we had a great session last week. We talked about basically what we talked about was T-Strip down in New Orleans for the NOLA Cigar Fest, and that was great. Had a great time. Going to get a GTG chapter down there soon. The next couple months, she's working on that.
Nice.
I am not working on that. I was told to text Big Nate.
Who is Nate?
So Nate is one of the guys out of the executive chapter out of DMV. Not motor vehicles, but Maryland, DC area, Virginia area. They kind of started GTG.
So that's for DC, Maryland, Virginia, DMV.
So,
Sharp.
So,
So she's contacting Nate today
I made
to
contact with Nate.
get down there so you can start that up.
I'm not starting that. I am not an ambassador. Do not want that position. That is a lot.
It was a little bit before the podcast today. So
So
you're coming in the middle of the
But
conversation.
you know, here's what I know, Brian. If I go to Kentucky, what does she hit?
Right. What'd you bring?
What you got? Samples.
Yeah,
Got
each his
back
own.
She got back and I texted her. I said, "What kind of sticks did you bring back?"
Yeah, I didn't get any. Did you?
Nothing.
I
I didn't even get offered anything.
I
Zip
did not.
though.
I didn't bring any back, guys. I really didn't, and that's my fault. It won't happen again. I promise. I'll make it up to you.
What, a year from now?
No, I'll contact Rich. Rich, they want the original NOLA Cigar Festival cigar. I will have him ship me some.
You know, I brought her back Smoke Wagon when I went.
And I still hadn't opened it. I'm not going to open it. It's not ready to open.
Did I charge you for it?
No, you said
No,
this
it's
is
a
your
gift.
You said this is your birthday
What are
gift.
gifts? What is the definition of a gift?
Giving.
What you give for people that they don't expect,
Yeah.
that they'll want, and that you'll make them happy, and you're just doing it for someone else. You know, instead of yourself.
I got
That
you.
is gift giving.
Gift giving.
I got you.
All right, we're gonna get off tea. So, what are we smoking, T?
Wow.
Yeah, a good hug. That's
Whoa,
that's a
wow.
little powerful. What we got?
So this is the new Macanudo Inspirado Tercio aged.
Tercio.
Tercio aged. This is the Toro. We got it in two sizes here at Smoke and Barrel. We got we have Churchill and Toro. Now, this is a little bit thicker than the normal.
It's a
Toro.
bigger Toro.
Like, it's a bigger
I mean, it's
Toro.
longer and wider.
Yeah.
Yeah. It borders, not quite, but it borders on 60
Yeah.
gauge, but it's
Yeah.
more of a 56 gauge is what I think.
All right. So y'all want to know what's in this thing?
Now, let's preempt this by saying, or just prompt this by saying, we may mispronounce a few of these words. Knock
And
yourself out.
Tercio.
you gonna get the country pronouncing of it, okay? So this pronunciation may not be correct. So we have, oh my lord, a
You know, if we had our General Cigar or Macanudo ambassador
I got
here,
it. I got it.
they
I
could
got
do it.
I got it. Here we go.
She wouldn't be able to
Here we go.
rattle that right.
Oh, she laughing right now. She laughing right now.
If
'Cause
she's
she know
watching.
I'm not gonna make this. She know I'm
And
not
they
gonna
got rid of the other Macanudo lady who we loved.
Huh?
You remember the lady that come down from what, Michigan, Wisconsin?
Oh yeah, yeah.
She's not there anymore.
That's some bullshit. Okay.
She's awesome.
All right.
But anyways,
So, Palito Cubano Seco, Palito Cubano Ligero, Colombian Seco, filler. That's just the filler. The bonder is Indonesian Bozuke, and the wrapper is Mexican San Andreas.
San
sweet.
Andreas.
a little sweetness.
Yeah.
That's where you get that little sweet taste
Well,
from.
I'm telling you, this is a medium plus.
Medium plus.
definitely-
Shut that door so I don't hear the train.
Definitely a medium plus.
Yes. Yes.
I had this the first time the other day. I was looking for something new.
Come on,
Found it
producer.
in the humidor, and I was like, man, I like this.
It was really surprising because when I picked this up and I just saw Macanudo and I just saw
Oh, fine, go
Macanudo
ahead.
White, right? Just my mind, I didn't
Right.
read the band on here, and I lit it up and I was like, wait a minute, this.
Oh,
ain't-
just now?
Yeah, when
Oh.
I first lit it up, I was like, wait a minute, this ain't the Macanudo White that my head was already, my palate had already got to a certain place, and I was like, wait a minute, this ain't the Macanudo White that I've had. And then I looked down at the band, I was like, oh yeah, this is different, right? So,
Yeah, we
It'll
just
get
got
your
these.
attention.
yeah.
It's nice. I like that.
I wouldn't say it's that. I mean, not for flavor. I'm just saying the fullness of this cigar is not maybe an everyday cigar for the average. I wouldn't think.
No.
You would want this every day.
No.
And I'm going to bet it's going to get a 90 rating. I don't know if it's been rated yet. I imagine it has. It's new to us. How long has it been out? It was just a limited release, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we just got it in last week.
Wow. Another newbie.
It's really hard, and we've talked about this before, ordering cigars, especially limited releases, new releases. You have no idea what's going to happen. You might sit 6 months with a cigar if people aren't aware of it. Then again, it'll sell out in the first day. You never know. But these seem to be moving okay.
Right.
Right, Keith?
Yeah. They're doing pretty good.
So-
It's different. Like we've smoked, if not all, most of the Macanudo line, from the black, the red label, the orange label,
The green?
the green. Yeah, we smoked them all.
Well, we did the, what was the Brazilian
Yeah, the Brazilian
shade? Brazilian shade.
Brazilian shade.
This is the fullest, I think.
I was gonna say this is not like smoking this one and then the Macanudo black. You would think the black would be the I guess the more full body. It's
Yeah.
not. It's this one.
Yeah, this is definitely, and even with the San Andreas, it knocks it off a little bit with
Yeah.
that sweetness. It actually comes in like on the outside of your tongue, but it kind of lingers there, which is good. But it tames it down a little bit,
Right.
and then this is a 110 proof. You're going to talk about it, but it's warm.
Yes.
It is. It's a warm
Yeah.
pour.
Yeah, the Weldon Mills. So the Weldon Mills, 110 proof, Weldon Mills, North Carolina distillery. This is one that they've won some awards with this particular
That's
one.
good.
Yeah. So this is not going to hide under. I mean, that is a medium to full, but this is not going to hide underneath it. So 110. Got some good bite to it. Not harsh, but you and I've had 100, 110 proof that they don't drink like that. They drink more like 90s.
I've had a 124 proof that drank like 100 proof.
Yeah,
This drinks like 124 proof.
it's got a good bite in it. I mean, it
does.
But yeah, it's a great. These guys, and just recently. I just ran across it and I actually talked to the guys up there. They've opened, so Weldon Mills Distilleries in Weldon, North Carolina, which is on out eastern part, right off of 95 corridor.
Near Roanoke Rapids, up in that area.
Well, they just recently, and I mean within the last month or two, they opened a urban tasting room in downtown Durham. In downtown Durham.
Cool.
So they have a satellite, if you will, of and so a tasting room. It's not an operational distillery.
Well, and obviously that's more centrally located,
Right.
to a better population
Right. So
than Weldon.
they're getting in the Raleigh, Durham, the Triad area.
Yeah,
In
right.
downtown Durham, they got a storefront, and I'm sure they're going to do really well there. It's just another destination. So.
Well, I'm going to be up there this weekend. I don't know that we're going to get a chance. If Friday rains us out, like it might
Right.
head over to Angus Barn. I'm figuring this out. Might be good.
You gonna play golf?
I am. It's the annual spring game. Blue-white game is Saturday. So they do the Letterman's golf tournament on the Friday before.
Sweet.
So the problem is 80% chance of rain, which is fine, but they got thunderstorms thrown in there. Now, I'm good with, not really good, but I'll do it, play in the rain. But when you throw thunderstorms in there, I'm like a giraffe, man. I ain't going to be the tallest guy out there. I'm done.
Yeah.
No Caddyshack.
No. It's the greatest day of my life.
Boom.
I don't think the heavy stuff's coming down for some time now.
Yeah. No thanks. Yeah.
So I was watching. This is part of that, okay, sort of. So I was watching The Hangover the other night. Gina was out with her mom. Went to see Menopause, which is a play at downtown Charlotte. So left to my own devices,
There you
and
go.
I'm watching The Hangover. One of those. So I have a text thread with my buddies that I'm meeting up with, and we're talking about what we're gonna do. And I told them what I was watching, and it says we always do dumb shit when we've been drinking, So that's our tagline now. So right about that time, here's Mike Tyson, and he's they're talking about that. So I shoot a picture of it and send it to him. But that's what happens. You think you're 50, almost 55 years old. You're going somewhere where you spent your youth.
Right.
So you think that's the way you interact because you're back there.
Right.
Yeah. We're gonna mess something up. I promise.
Got no bail money.
Well,
Oh, I'm calling you.
I hope you have a good time and
Call me.
whatever happens, just be safe and have a good time.
Well, the good news is, I haven't been to it in probably 3 years. But my brother-in-law, Gina's brother, also played, but he was 10 years after me. So he's 10 years younger than me. So he's playing. So that's cool. So we'll show up, But he's coming in Friday, and he's taking his family to the Miami Carolina baseball game.
Gotcha.
And then, so I don't get to see him Friday night, but there's a big dinner and everybody gets together. You just don't know who's going to show up. With Mac Brown being there now, a lot of the guys that play for Mac will come.
Yeah.
So that means a lot of the guys that I play with will be there. So that, it's a lot of fun. I tried to get a few of the dudes that come in here if they couldn't make it that played, but
So I sent you a picture the other day. Remember the picture I sent you? I sent you a picture.
oh boy,
Sent you a picture.
depends on what time of night
One of
you
your
send it
one
to
of
me.
your old buddies,
Oh, Steve,
Steve.
the doctor, yeah.
Steve.
So Steinbacher, I hope will be there.
Steve shared some Brian stories with me.
Oh,
I won't talk about them, but
oh.
I laughed.
And remember, this goes out to the city of Mount Holly.
No,
so,
no,
yeah.
it was just funny. It was funny. He would talk about the long snapper and how they give shit to the long snapper.
Always.
And all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They'd
So-
be out there busting in practice and the long snappers over there playing
Switch. Yeah.
whatever.
We had dips in. We'd be on the AstroTurf, all day snapping. And then we'd come over when we have team time. And then these guys have been tonning it, man. They've been killing it.
Oh, yeah.
All I'm doing is snapping the ball all day, That's all I did.
Yeah.
And then, well, I was at one time, did he tell you I was the scout team center? Because he was on offense. So he wouldn't have known that I was the scout team center
No.
against the number one defense, right?
No.
So I did do that.
Okay.
But for the most part, well, after I got knocked literally silly, like my helmet went one way, all the pads of my helmet went the other, and I went head over tea kettle in because the nose guard got jumped on by the coach,
Right.
Donnie Wallace. Love you, Donnie. Still my man. And I love Donnie even more after this day. So he had to go 100% full out and absolutely teetotally knocked me for a loop. Now, I was the starting long snapper. At that point in time, every coach on the field went, Huff is off the scout team. That was the greatest hit of my life.
Oh,
I got
God.
off the scout team. So from
Off
then
the
on,
scout team.
we just got a dip, snap some balls. So Steinbacher. So go ahead.
Yeah.
I got a story on
No,
Steinbacher.
it was a good time. So you talked about him a bunch. I finally got with him, right? We're doing some stuff up with him. Whiskey Tango Charlie's going to do
That's
some
great.
stuff up with him and
Yeah.
up there at Gibson Mill and all that stuff. And we got talking, and it was like I'd known this guy like forever. It seemed
Yeah.
like, right? So just talk nothing but high. Brian's a great guy. And I said, dude, you got to come down to the Smoking Barrel. And he says, damn it. He said, I know it. And he said, I promise, I'm coming.
Well, he wants to start a cigar place.
Yep.
and he's got a separate building. He's got a great setup. If you guys haven't been to Cabarrus Brewing, you got to go.
Yeah.
Great setup, incredible. Cabarrus County, it's in Concord, North Carolina, but you guys are out of state, but it's a wonderful place.
Yep.
Yes, because Queen City Cigar Fest was there last year.
Right.
That was a brew with you. Yes, it is nice.
It is phenomenal, and they have great food now.
Yeah.
No, he's
So Steins, so here, let me
he's
say,
killing.
so as a lawn snapper, I was doing extra points and field goals at this point. We were practicing. And you know how in the pros and others, like you stick your head down and then they'll bring their head up, try to draw the people all sides. I told them in the huddle, I said, I'm going to try this. Huff, just snap the ball. That's not what they said. A little more adjectives at it. And I said, okay, but I want to try this. Huff, snap the ball.
Yeah.
So I go up there and I do the, oh my God. Like it's Steve Steinbacher and Pat Crowley are right beside me. And they're all ACC guard, big dude, you know. And what they do, like I snap the ball and I have to get up, but they come to the middle really to protect me in this gap. Because, you know, you could hit me
Right, and go
at that
right
point or go over, right. So I do that and they jump. Well, now they're in trouble. Like they don't look at me. No, Steve and Pat got me later, but the coaches are going, wait till the ball snap in a more descriptive way.
Right.
And so that was kind of funny. So I never did that again because when the guys that are helping you get upset, that's not good.
No.
So you have to straighten up. But Steins is laid back, dude. He is like chilled. He's a great guy.
Oh, he's
Super guy.
top notch, and yeah, good to know him, and he's doing great things up there.
Let me tell you what I saw on their Instagram post today, because I want people to know what kind of organization this is. They are hosting a fundraiser for an organization. Now, check this out. I've never heard of it. I don't remember the name, but the organization's purpose is to provide support for families that give birth to a terminal child. What? How awful would that be? You know you're gonna, when you give birth, you know your child is not gonna make it. It's gonna be terminal. So that's not the only organization, but that's an example of what they do. And his wife is a pediatrician, and so I'm sure she's in touch with some of that community. And I don't know if Erica gave him that idea or not, but in my mind, I was like, well, that probably was a natural progression. But yeah, great folks.
Yeah. Well, good. It was a good time. It was a good time with Steve. Looking forward to doing some bourbon events with those guys, and that's coming up next Thursday. This is our first event with him.
Wonderful.
So
I like that. I saw it.
Market Bar. He's got a new place he's doing over at the. He's got a new place going over at Kannapolis at the ballpark.
Oh, okay.
There's a new restaurant bar over there that's coming up. So Steve's got a lot of stuff going on, and but to your point, super community guy.
Yeah.
You know, very involved in the community. So
And he didn't originate from there. He's from Philadelphia, and then family moved, I think, to Greenville. I don't know the timing on that. I would hate to say, but has acclimated to North Carolina and supports supports everything. So yeah, he's great. So T Moot just texted me. He must not have been at the first of the podcast. Wanted to know about the cake.
Almost gone.
almost gone. Mook made that for you.
Woo! Yeah.
He makes a great coconut cake.
So, you missed it, Charlie.
I saw the picture.
Man.
I saw the picture of the cake.
Okay.
I didn't know.
Charlie, did you get a piece?
No.
I didn't get. I don't know.
I don't know what it is, but this.
Go ahead, T. We're sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. You got the
I don't even know that I was offered.
What it is about today. But it's like I'm in the bullseye. But I'm gonna take it. So, Charlie, and everybody that know me. Easter and Christmas. Coconut cake for Easter. No pineapple. Absolutely no pineapple. No fruit in my cake. Don't do that. Chocolate cake for Christmas. So I heard through the grapevine that Mook makes coconut cake. So what do? I take it upon myself to text Mook. Now, I sent this text saying, hey, I heard through the grapevine that you make great coconut cake. Mook comes back with, who is this? Question mark.
Yeah.
So I go, this is T from Smoking Barrel. He was like, oh, I didn't have your number locked in my phone. Okay.
But he's got it now
Oh, he got it now.
because he'll put it in.
Oh yeah. And he says, want one? Sure. Not. Let me think about it. I might not have the ingredients, but how big you want it? What? Wait, Mook, it's just me. Like, no,
Right.
I don't need a whole sheet cake.
But he only has one recipe.
Oh yeah, he only have one. Mook got one
You
recipe.
can't make a half a cake.
No.
No.
This is in a pan like this,
Yeah,
right? And it's thick,
Oh, yeah.
right? And it's
yeah,
heavy.
Oh yeah. And whew. Sunday morning I get up and I'm having my little coffee and I'm watching church and making sure I get my Easter Jesus on, and
Hey, David.
lo and behold,
Yeah.
Mook texted and said, are you home?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. On the way. What? So I'm sitting there, and it was probably 5 minutes later, Mook calls and says, I know what street it is, I just need to know what house. He pulls
What a
up
great
with
guy.
And he delivered it.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Yeah.
Like, there's another gift, right?
And I asked him,
Do you know what giving is? That is a good definition of what giving is.
y'all gonna leave me alone today?
I don't think so.
Look, I'll tell you something. So coconut cake, there was none better. My grandfather used to make. Made it at Christmas and Easter. But he would make a fresh coconut cake, and I mean, he would go get coconuts, and he would drill out the little eyes, and you shake
Really?
the milk out of it, and crack it open, and grate the coconut, the whole shebang. And then part of that coconut milk would go into making the icing and all of it. It was phenomenal.
Wow.
I've not had a coconut cake like that since like
I don't think they make those anymore.
No, listen,
They threw away the mold after that. That's
Right.
incredible.
yeah.
that's time
And it would
That
be
is,
it'd
but-
be like a three-layer.
Oh,
like a
Lord.
three-layer.
Oh, the big ones. Roll, round. Oh, yeah.
I'd be sick.
And he would.
I'd be sick.
It was an ordeal.
You need two people to carry it.
Right.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But anyways, Mook, just want to make sure you enjoyed your cake.
Yes.
Yes, she did.
Now, I will tell you a little secret about Mook. He loves to go grocery shopping. So you were talking about, no, I don't have the ingredients. You gave him a reason
To go shopping.
to go shopping.
Okay.
If I never went in another Food Line or any
Grocery
place like that in my life, I'd be happy. I have no,
Yeah.
I can't stand it. But he loves it. Anything you need at the store,
Yeah.
especially during COVID. You remember when the toilet paper shortage was going on?
Lord.
Oh man.
You go in there, man, there was no toilet paper. Mook went on the toilet paper hunt. He'd find it at Aldi, Harris Teeter, Food Line, Publix, Walmart. If he knew, he'd go get it. That's Mook. One of the best neighbors you can ever have.
Oh man,
Always got something, always give you the shirt off his back.
I couldn't
Good
imagine.
man.
I could not
Yeah.
imagine. Now, it's getting that time. Gardens planted and vegetables coming, and there will be vegetables at my door. There will be vegetables. Yes, my neighbors. They'll call, or she'll call, and is we got this, you want some. Or I'll go to work, come home, and there's a box by the door, and it's okra. I don't know how to cook it. I just eat it.
You know how to cook okra? Oh, fried okra. Just cornmeal and just fry it up. Get you a little fry daddy. Corn, okra, and tomatoes. You had that? Take
Yes.
corn off the cob, tomatoes out of the garden, and okra out of the garden. You fry the okra and then you mix it all together.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Put some crowder peas in that.
See, y'all think I'm country.
Field peas, but crowder peas.
Field peas. Okay.
That's
Throw them
country
in
right
there.
there.
Well, you know where I found it was dating a country girl. I'm a city, Mount Holly, if you call it a city guy, and she lived in Lucia, and her dad always had a big garden.
Fresh garden.
Fred, always.
man.
I go up there. You ever had corn, okra, and tomatoes? I said, can you say that slower? Because I don't know what you just said. So I had that, and then they had the field peas they brought in. And then it'd be the cantaloupe and the watermelon and squash casserole. Squash out of the garden. Her dad can make squash casserole.
So a couple came through the airport the other day. Let me just say, I'm so glad spring break is about over. Because the other day, I swear they kept coming. I think they went through security, went out the door, and came back again.
This was like this weekend and Monday, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this couple came through, and a lot of people, because of their flights or whatever else, they pack food, and I'm so used to, you know. And one thing I do out of respect when I have to check somebody's food, I always change my gloves because I don't want to touch somebody else's bag and then go in your bag,
Right.
you know. So I changed my gloves and I was like, I got to check the food or whatever. They had cantaloupe. And so me and one of my coworkers was standing there, and I said, cantaloupe ain't no good. And I was like, oh, okay, here you go, here's your bag, this, that. And she looked at me, she said, what? Cantaloupe ain't no good. She said, why you say that? So I'm from the country. My grandmother always told me you don't eat cantaloupe and watermelon before June because it ain't no good.
Well, it's bland.
Right,
It's doesn't have the sweetness.
right. She was like, you are country. Yes, I am. I own it.
You can thump it all you want. It ain't gonna give you the taste. It might be ripe, but you're right.
Right.
Again, if you grow it here, it ain't gonna be grown by now. You got to get it from California or Mexico, wherever. So
Right.
I think it depends on. I think that's true, but I also think it depends on where it comes from,
Yep.
as to whether it has good flavor or not.
Right. The soil. The soil makes a big difference.
Yes.
The soil.
Whether it's cigars, wine, or cantaloupes,
Right.
it's all about the soil.
The soil makes a difference. You know, it's interesting. So while you were talking about it, I was spinning this thing around. I noticed there's a QR code on the.
Yeah.
So I had to get my phone up here and do the thing on it. So, and it pulled it up. The whole shebang about this whole.
That's the same website we were using.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the Macanudo website.
Cool.
Yeah.
And they call this a the size is a you called it a while ago
Toro?
6 by 54.
Yeah.
It's border.
It's
It's border 60.
I said 56 because I felt it was
it's a little bit
bigger, but
a little bit fatter
yeah.
than the 54, I think. But anyway, that's what they say. But they're saying the write up for Macanudo was medium, but it's on the high end of the medium.
Well, and I think it doesn't help that we're drinking a strong bourbon. I don't mean the flavor. I mean, you've got this going in, you've got this going in. I think it enhances both of them.
Right.
Like, you can tell I'm sipping
Right.
this. It is,
And the cool part was after we got an inch or so into the burn, I swear it just kind of mellowed.
yeah. It did.
The light up was like, whoa, this is gonna be.
Can't feel my legs.
Yeah.
That was for
Carol
you,
Lee's friend.
Goddess.
I can't feel my legs over here, but
We missed the Goddess.
yeah.
We got to get her back for a cameo appearance. I mean, she served her time, right?
Well-
She could come. I
Every now and then.
ain't seen her since she wasn't on the podcast.
Right.
You'd think she'd visit this location more often. If she's watching, man, she's gonna. I'm not gonna be at home tonight, so don't come by and get me.
Right. Right.
They call my house the McDonald house. We got red furniture and a yellow door. It looks like the Ronald McDonald house. So I'm telling you, this Weldon Mills has got lots of flavor. I don't want to give people the wrong idea. If I were going to drink this sitting around, I would put an ice cube or two in it.
I would say that would easily.
That would make it more palatable to me.
Well, you put a rock in there, it cools it down,
It needs to be cooled down a little bit.
cool down, and then you sip it, let that ice keep melting.
Yeah.
It,
It needs to be proofed down a little bit. And I drink, foolproof, barrel proof E.H. Taylor, and I mean that's a strong one. But yeah, I'm just saying, it's be tough just to sip.
what you guys got going on this week?
Well, you know what I got going on. At the bar?
Well, you got
Yeah.
You got the
So
golf match.
at the bar, so tomorrow, of course, we have Jazz, which will be back. We got Rocky Powell. If you haven't heard Rocky, he is incredible. It's a one-man show. He'll be outside tomorrow. It's going to be gorgeous, 80 degrees, perfect weather. Starts at 7 Friday. We got Ladies' Night Friday, second Friday of every month. Start at 7 with Sheila B, and Sheila B will go until, she needs to go to midnight. She'll go to midnight.
Got it.
GTG game night.
GTG game night. That was it. Yep. Saturday we have Jazz as well, starting at 7. So Friday is going to be a tough weather day, but Saturday it's supposed to be out of here in the morning. So hopefully Saturday evening we'll be able to be outside. But it just makes everything roll better when you're outside. Expand, you double your space.
Well, I hope Saturday gets cleared up. That's for sure.
What you doing Saturday?
Well, we're teaching a class. We got another certification class coming up at Seven Jars, but then I got invited to come Saturday and Sunday to the Highland Games.
Oh yeah.
The Lake Norman Highland Lock something.
Yeah, it's a big deal, man.
So they asked me to come up and do a thing on Saturday, talk about bourbons
Cool.
on Saturday and Sunday. So
That the dudes in the kilts.
Yeah.
yeah, so it was kind of I was like, Yeah.
Now I'm just throwing this out there. I would have thought they would have wanted you to talk about Scotch.
well, they're doing both. So they're
Okay.
doing on the days they're doing whiskey, whiskeys, scotches, whiskeys, and the bourbons. But so there's a guy that's going to be doing the whiskey
Whiskeys.
side, the scotches, and they wanted somebody that can speak to bourbons and so forth.
Perfect.
To talk about that. And I thought it was kind of. I was a little bit confused because I said, well, this is the Scottish, the Highland Games.
Right.
I thought it would just be all Scotch, but bourbon is so prevalent and so they're offering both.
If you were in Scotland, it would just be Scotch.
No.
So here, people,
Right.
they like
So
both.
they're kind of whiskey, and the guys from Seven Jars are going to be up Saturday,
Great.
and they've got some Seven Jars they're going to pour, and Scott's not going to be there, but Pace, one of his guys, is going to be there on Saturday, and then Sunday. Man, Sunday is pretty awesome. We're doing Garrison Brothers. We're doing Bardstown Bourbon because he asked me what should I do. Bardstown Bourbon is one of the bourbons for that, which is I want to say it's a pretty high end bottle.
Yeah.
There's 3 high ends. I forget what the third is, but it's pretty exciting. I mean, it's the Garrison Brothers, which is amazing that we're doing that one.
Are you getting the second edition of the Ava Gardner, or do you know what he's bringing?
I think you're doing second edition on Saturday.
The 102 proof.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Or the 101, is it?
Yeah,
102.
102. And we talked about the Ava Gardner a little bit too the other day with Chase. We were talking about some ideas with program they're going to do. Is they've got something they're going to start up as a I want to say it's a clubs level or something. I don't know all the details. I should
At the
probably not.
distillery?
At
or?
the distillery.
Oh,
So
cool.
it's basically if you join in this club thing, you're going to get to come over and sample from barrels, taste before they actually bottle and release. And I said, man, Chase, this is pretty interesting. So little by little, man, those guys, listen, it starts out slow, these distilleries, and it kind of picks up steam.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're gonna be rolling, and I love it. It's right down the road from here. You know, Brookshire
Perfect.
Boulevard.
Yeah. Buff Dillard plays there when they have events.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they have good entertainment when they have it. So that's great.
So I just got one thing to ask, Chuck.
What's that?
When you going to the Highland games, you guys dress like they do.
Yeah, no,
You know?
I ain't put no stress on.
And a dress is a kilt.
Okay, I'm not gonna put a kilt on.
You ain't gonna put a kilt on? Well, half of them don't wear drawers no way, so.
How do you know that?
Hey, I know. I know.
You check them at the TSA, right?
Speaking of, all right,
Wear a t-shirt.
hold on. So apparently, there's this guy, and this is on TikTok, and it's been all over the internet here lately. Somebody sent it to me. So I'm just gonna put my 2 cents in on it. Okay, so apparently this guy went through a checkpoint, and he's trying to prove a point about the government spending so much money on the new technology for the body scanner, which previously you had 2 selections. You had blue or pink. We didn't always get it right. We didn't. So now we have a button.
Yeah, I do. Hey, Brett.
We have one button that says scan. Okay. So we scan. So he goes through the checkpoint. Like I said, he's trying to prove a point. So he says, hey guys, I'ma see what they know, and I'm trying to see how they're gonna react. And see how TSA is gonna react to what I'm gonna do. So he goes through, he puts his stuff through, he tells the officer, I'm binary. Okay.
Okay.
So I identify as female. Okay. So he's standing there, and what they call another officer over, which was the lead officer. The lead officer come back there, ask him a couple questions. Lead officer said, okay, just give me a moment. He's go back and talk to another officer, which is probably the supervisor. Supervisor comes out there. He talks to the guy, and like this went on. And all he's trying to do is prove a point. He's trying to figure out how TSA would react.
What did you do? The pink?
So there's no pink or blue button anymore.
Oh, okay.
They've changed the technology to make it inclusive.
Okay.
So it doesn't
To
matter.
make it binary?
So it doesn't matter if you're male or female. You go,
Right.
but you just hit the button and it scans. So it's like, dude, it don't matter if you a unicorn. There's one button.
So
But
why
my
did they
thought-
have to go talk to somebody?
Because they didn't know how to react.
I got you.
Here's my point. I don't give a damn. If you tell me you identify as a female, because I've had it happen before, and you dress like a man, I'm going to pat you down. Now, you may not like the pat down. I'm only here for 8 hours, and I'm only here for direct deposit. You're going to get patted down. Okay? That's the bottom line. That's what I do. That's what they pay me to do. That's what I'm going to do. So, I don't know what you're trying to prove. Are you trying to say the government wasted money? Is that what you're trying to get across? Because either you want to fly, you want to get patted down and fly, or you don't. But see, what he wanted was a female to pat him down. That's what he wanted. He just didn't get the right one. Because I'd have patted his ass down
I hear you.
There you go.
and rung all his bells. Give a shit.
Well,
How do you feel?
That's how I feel. I'm sorry. I apologize. Because people, I mean, it's nonsense. We're there to do a job.
And there's that 1%,
That's it, right there.
or we could go as high as 10, but I think there's really a 1%er here that's just being a fool.
well, what you said earlier, they're looking for the reaction.
That's it. That's all. That's all.
And they got nothing better to do in his life but to go to the airport to do this.
Right.
I mean, I'm there to go to your. You said it before. I'm there to go from point A to point B. Just let me do what I need to do my thing,
That's it.
and get to my destination.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I'm good.
Yeah.
Y'all just tell me what to do. I'm good.
I'm not there to get any reactions, right?
I mean, life's too short to spend time on this. You know what I mean?
Right.
So what was the deal about the T-shirt? You posted a TSA Chronicle about make sure you wear a T-shirt. What was that about?
So
I needed more context on that.
because you have, again, it's getting warm. You have people that will, instead of wearing a t-shirt, white beater, whatever else, tank top, under a jacket, they'll just put on a pullover,
Like nothing underneath.
nothing underneath.
Oh, gotcha.
Some of them come in there, they don't even have a bra on.
I don't usually wear mine when I go.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave that alone. But we are now having to pat down jackets and all that stuff. Just take it off. You know you coming to the airport. Dress appropriately. It's getting warm. I have growing alarms all day because I have a problem. I really do have a problem with females wearing, I don't mind you wearing shorts. Make sure they're appropriate length. I don't want to pat you down in the groin. I just don't. I really don't. But that's what I have to do. If the screen lights up in your groin, I got to pat it down. Sorry. I apologize. You wore that. You knew you was coming to the airport. I've gotten to the point where if a young girl come in and she got on the short shorts, the Daisy Dukes, the Crocs, when she step in the body scanner, I step in the body scanner. And I'm not being funny. And I've had to tell grown women, ma'am, please do me a favor. Pull your shorts down as far as you can get. I don't care if you got to pull them off. Pull them down. Because I don't want to have to pat you down in the room.
Right.
After 6 hours of doing that, I'm like, I give up. And what's even worse is that you have teenage girls Do you know how many pedophiles at the damn airport?
I don't want to know.
You got teenage girls that come in there, and you got half of your butt cheek hanging out the damn shorts. But you're traveling with your daddy. He seen you when you left the house. Man, no, I can't deal with that.
You know what I tell them here? I don't want to see belly buttons or cheeks. I want to see it.
I won't see it.
No,
A couple of them had to go buy new
Don't
shorts.
want to see it.
Don't want to see it.
but it don't make sense, man.
Man,
I'm waiting.
But then, as a father, you get mad because you got this grown ass man standing there looking at your daughter like he want to eat it for like she a steak,
I understand.
but you allow her to leave like that. No, no, no.
Well, cigar, I think leveled out. I'm down to the last third. Really good cigar.
no, this is
The Weldon has stayed hot the whole time. It is
very consistent.
It is. It's good, flavorful. I would say strong caramel a little bit.
I'd get this one. If I was doing this, I'd probably grab a cube or two of ice and throw in that. I really would.
Yeah, this is my only sip today. Yeah. I need a little ice cube if I'm gonna go any further. Don't eat enough in the afternoon. So. So what else we got? We got anything for the good of the cause, or we about ready to wrap up?
No, good.
Guys, we appreciate you joining us. Appreciate you listening to the conversation. Get a little bit about cigars. Get a little bit about the airport. Get a little bit about. Well, I will tell you, I learned today from Artie, who's from the area up there at Weldon, that it is the rockfish capital of the world.
It is absolutely.
Did not know that.
Yep.
There's 2 creeks running through, and you got to fish when you go.
Yep.
Weldon Mills, get it when you come in. It's
Yeah.
on special today. The cigar's on special today. Whatever we do at the podcast is on special. Charlie, what is the best cigar you're having today?
This one is the Macanudo White, and it is tertio aged, and it's the one I'm having with friends today. So, cheers.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you every day, every week. Have a great